that's important to do is for us to define what oppression is. So oppression is defined as prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or exercise of authority. So with the Black Lives Matter, first of all, the movement and the ripple effect that it kind of had everywhere in the world, yes, they are oppressed people because it has been prolonged, cruel, unjust treatment and an exercise of authority from the police. In terms of what that means for Ireland and what that looks like, I know when I went out to march personally, it was just because, number one, and this is just purely, totally truthful and honest. Number one is because, like Issa Rae, I root for everybody Black. It's just the way that I am. And that's just something that I've sort of grown to do. Like, I wasn't always like that. I was very much, not ashamed of my Blackness, but not outwardly proud of it. So it was important for me to go out to the streets, and also because I have an 8-year-old daughter who's biracial, for her to see me and obviously her father standing up for something that is right. It was the right thing to do. But I just feel like, I know when, George's tragic passing happened, I kind of went numb, and I kind of just didn't want to read about it. I didn't want to read any comments. I didn't want to see any social media posts. I just blacked out. I didn't want to hear it, essentially because it was just a little bit too close to home.
Which George is this?
This is the Irish George. I'm not going to butcher his surname, but the Congolese George that we sadly lost, that I didn't want to hear about. But in the, going back to the question of what does Black Lives Matter, is that just for Black people? No, it's not just for Black people. I think it's a huge issue for everyone across all racial lines, because we are so vocal about the treatment that we have seen of our own people, whether that's in Africa, whether that's, with police brutality, whether that's just systemic racism, whether that's direct provision in Ireland. There's all these things that we see that seem to just affect Black people, but I don't think it's fair to say that we should have or have a monopoly on oppression.